We are indeed getting Chronomaly Nebra Disk. Yep! And I don't believe I talked about this shit, so let's get to it. Chronomaly Nebra Disk. When it is normal summon, you can add one Chronomaly card from your deck to your hand except Nebra Disk. So with Nebra Disk, you would search Crystal Skull, and Crystal Skull reads, if you control a face-up Chronomaly, you can discard this card to the graveyard, add one Chronomaly monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except, of course, Crystal Skull. So Nebra Disk search Crystal Skull. A Crystal Skull would search something like Crystal Bones or Golden Jet. Nebra Disk would more likely get destroyed, sent to the graveyard, whatever, doesn't fucking matter. And then the next turn, you could summon that Golden Jet you searched. And then, since it is a Chronomaly, you can revive Nebra Disk. Use Golden Jet's effect to boost them both to level 5 to make Constellar Pleiades. Or any other rank 5 you want to. That still seems pretty good. Yes, there's been a lot of decks and archetypes that came out since Chronomalies were like played a whole lot in OCG, and now you don't see them shits no more. But we never had Nebra Disk here, so what the fuck does that mean? Probably not that much different. This will be a perfect deck to play Pot of Avarice. And oh wait, what artifacts in this shit even be relevant? Morale takes it 1. I mean, you got Artifact Lancia. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt. On to the Xyz. Instead of Fork, they call this Jato. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach one material, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. That monster's attack becomes 0 till the end of the turn. You contribute one Chronomaly monster, then target one monster your opponent controls whose current attack is different from its original attack. So during either player's turn, if your opponent's going to attack over some weak-ass Chronomaly, you could just be like, nope, that shit's 0. And then if that monster's still out, because maybe they didn't attack with it, or you would, actually, I think your opponent would not attack if this card is out on the field and they have no way to get rid of it and it has material. I'm just saying. So if that monster is still out, you can kill that motherfucker by tributing a Chronomaly. Maybe it's a Nebra Disk. That's cool, because you could just revive the shit. This is a Chronomaly. Apparently that theme, I mean, I guess this card's okay. But it's all about Nebra Disk. I don't feel like the deck is unplayable. It might be a bit slow. I don't know if playing artifacts in it is still a good idea, but you don't play that many Chronomalies. So artifacts kind of fill in the gaps. But which artifacts will you be playing? Of course you're playing Morale Tech. I guess you could play some Scythe. Cleave Force exists and should also still play, surprisingly. And then there is Artifact Lancia, which is kind of sort of good against Ritual Beasts, right? Because all their unfair shit requires them to banish things, right? But that one of Morale Tech, though, is rather unfortunate. Yes, it is late as shit, but I'm glad that we're getting it. And Chronomaly is like one of the only decks that can actually summon Gorgonic Guardian, which is an actually pretty decent card, and it also ties into the theme with the Chronomaly dropping opponent's monster's attacks to 0, and Gorgonic Guardian does what? Blows up a monster with 0 attack. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Appreciate that shit. If you'd like to support me, all I ask is you spend literally seconds out your motherfucking day and click an advertisement. The money accumulated from you doing that simple ass shit goes towards rent. And I'd be grateful as a motherfucker and appreciative if you could find some time to do that. Side note, Chronomaly Crystal Chrononaut. That alliteration though. Has anybody ever summoned this card and your opponent didn't bother to see that this had text and they just blindly attacked into it? Because this effect is like, don't attack. Because you would have to be a goddamn idiot to run into that. But then again, I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh players. Shots fired.